Good morning. Hello. Today is what I call sludgy day. And I'll explain. And actually it's perfect, the point in the process that I'm in and you're in, because it shows that there is true advancement, true ascension, and true enlightenment is right around the corner. So I want to explain this process, and I want to explain kind of what's going on if you're going through, people call these ascension symptoms. Yes, that is true in some way, but I want you to understand why you're having these symptoms, where they're actually coming from. So I'm going to explain this. In order to explain something or to understand it, you have to understand it at the root. In order to heal something, you have to understand the core belief. You have to understand your past, your history. Otherwise, you continue to repeat it. And that's called cycles and patterns. And then you get into you add programming and conditioning, and then you get on a never-ending carousel. It's the loop of death. And then you die, and then you start over. So in order to understand this process, we're going to go back to the beginning. And I've talked about this a couple of times on this channel, but I'm going to bundle it all together and explain to you ascension, explain to you enlightenment in this pathway. It started before the earth was created, long time ago. God decided, hey, I want to go explore the void. I'm just the energy. I'm just a blob. I can't go out and do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull for myself a part of myself. This is what was shown to me. You do you, boo. You tap into your guidance and ask yourself, is this true for me? Okay? And then go seek the answers. Okay. Pulled from itself, a part of itself, and it looked just like this from your perspective. That's what I saw. And then it took this blob of energy and separated into two. Right hand, left hand of God. Divine, still attached to God, an extension of God, but not 100% God. At this point, these two energies were completely divine. Okay? You have Samael, the first created angel, because this is the ethereal realm. God is a different realm, a different dimension. This is now the ethereal realm, where the angels were created, the first beings ever created in the universe. So you have Samael and you have Genesis. These were the first two that God created that embodied this energy that God wanted to create life. And God's wish, God's will was go out, create life in love so we can explore the void. So these energies can go out and be God creators and explore the void. Okay? So there's your two firstborns. Your first two angels. These are the twin flames because they're still connected to God. Now, the next level of angels, which were created, which is what started this whole universe in polarity, was Rashael, or Ra, the sun god, and Nemenna, which you don't hear a lot about her, but she is the protector of the right hand of God. She's the gatekeeper, and she was the firstborns. Those were the firstborn angels that these two created. Okay? But here's what happened. Samael decided, well, if God can do that, split from itself, so can I. So Samael decided that it got this concept in its mind that I want to be God over everything. I don't want to answer to God. I want to be God. I want to control all of this. So when they went to create, because it takes a man and a woman to create a body, create a baby, the sperm, the man penetrates the feminine in the root and opens up her channel, and the energy flows in. Samael decided, I'm going to go ahead and in my sperm, I'm going to code that with polarity, and I'm going to add hate in there. Unbeknownst to the twin flame, didn't know what this one was doing. Never done this before. This is our first time. So when they created the first child, which is actually the female, which was Nemena, she was created in polarity, in positive, negative. That took us out of divinity. That layer stopped being divine. Then the next child, Rashael, which basically they were twins. They were created at the same time. That's the soulmate level. This is the twin flame level. That one was created in love. So you had two different beings now, soulmates, who were created differently. Well, that really pissed God off, because you defied my will. You were supposed to create in love, in purity, not polarity. And so God said, you know what? You got to go, Samael, and kicked Samael out of heaven. And thought, I think, I might be paraphrasing here, but this is my thought process too, which is, you did wrong. It's like a child. You did wrong. Now you're going to go sit in time out, and you need to analyze everything and decide and look at what you did wrong. You went against my will, so I'm going to punish you, put you in timeout. Okay? And that's what happened with Samael. Samael decided, instead of healing with God and saying, you know what, God, I'm sorry, you're right. Well, how can I make amends? What can I do? Samael went the complete and total other way. Samael became hateful, angry, revengeful, and devised a plan on how he could wage a war against God and be God. Basically, a big F you to God is what Samael decided. Unbeknownst to his twin flame, she was clueless. Love her, but she was a very innocent, very naive energy, very loving. And that's what you see with children. Children are very loving. They don't know any better. They're just being kids. And this one didn't know. This one, Samael, got really angry, devised a plan, and decided to completely disconnect from God. I mean, completely. Now, every being has a silver cord. The silver cord runs through your chakra system, out your root, up your crown. It connects back into God, a big loop. Your loop is supposed to connect to God, your energy, not into the system. And that's what you're connected into, is the system, this is how it all happened. But Samael knew, I can't survive. I can't be godless and survive. I will die. So Samael pretended love bombing. Narcissists pretended that, I love you, twin flame, come down here and help me, and let's do this together, and we'll work together, and we'll create our own utopia, and you'll help me, right? And you love me, and I love you. Well, yeah, of course, I love you, and yeah, of course I'm going to help you. Wait a minute. What just happened? I got duped. You got duped. This energy, once it attached to this energy with a bond, some call it a soulmate bond, whatever you want to call it, there is literally a bond between these two energies, and they're stuck. It's trauma bond. And once Samael attached to his twin flame, Genesis, and created that bond, Now he siphons energy because she's a direct connection, a direct funnel to God. Now he doesn't need to be connected to God on his own. He has her. Beautiful little system. Looks exactly like a mirror of what God wanted to create. Except now, this one is God. So this energy, then at that point, cut its silver cord. Cut it. So now it's just an end. It looks like a bubble. It has no silver cord. It's literally an energy within itself. But this energy needs that energy, the positive energy, in order to survive and create. It can't create when it's in a negative state. And it lied. It manipulated the system, the energy. God didn't know what this was doing. It knew from this perspective because information is still flowing back to God through the silver cord. No information going back on this side. God had no clue what this one was doing, which is why things got really bad. Then what happened next is this one recruited other angels and waged a war against its own. Angels fighting angels. Light versus dark. Fallen versus not fallen. And round, here we go. Fight, fight, war, anger, hate, blah, 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 blah. And that's the system that we've been in for eons. That's where it started. It took a really long time to unravel that and understand the truth of that because the universe had been so twisted and entangled because not only did it start at the beginning level with the twin flames, then it moved to the soulmate level, then it moved to every single angel that was created, which then went into the souls, which then went into the material plane and the humans. That entanglement started all the way up at the beginning and came all the way down here. So when I had the opportunity to look at the universe, it looked like a ball of yarn. Like it was impossible to undo all of that or figure out how to even start to undo this, unravel this horrific cycle, game, whatever this is that it wanted to do, its plan, its utopia. This one was not on board. Not on board at all. Just like with you. You got a soulmate, and it doesn't matter if it's a lover, sister, brother, friend, daughter, doesn't matter what shell they embody, it's the energy. And that energy, if it is globbing onto you and holding onto you and throwing negativity at you, bullying you, making fun of you, that's this energy. This energy needs you to survive. That's the system. That's what we were in. But once I found the root beliefs, I had to start here because this is my lineage. But once I started finding the core beliefs, and you'll do this too, I started to say, okay, no, well, we're not going to think this way. And I started undoing and unraveling these things. So finally, the universe looks a little more clear. And you can actually see clear pathways. You can actually see clear information running through people, running through the system. It's not convoluted. What's yours, what's mine? See, the problem is then this one got very jealous and was like, well, I want to be like you, and I'm going to be you, and I'm going to overtake you. And that's exactly what happened, and it went all the way to the end. All the way to almost total domination and destruction. This one almost freaking won its seat as God. And not God in a way as, hey, the energy runs through me, I'm connected to it, and I'm doing God's work. This is I am God, and I rule over you and everything else. Totally different perspective. And then that gets me into the mirror game. Okay, there are two different perspectives on the mirror. When you look in a mirror and you see you have something written on your shirt or your jacket or whatever you're wearing, in the mirror it's reversed. So are you seeing a reverse of yourself? But you also see yourself. There's two different ways to look at this, positive and negative. This negative entity was the opposite of me. This is why this twin flame soulmate journey is true. It's the old way, it's the old system, but it is true. Your soulmate is the opposite of you. They're not interested in growing with you. They're not interested in building with you. They're not interested in helping you in any way, shape, or form. They just want to manipulate you to siphon your energy so that they can continue to create their effed up utopia. That's why it's been so important to get out of this system, to get out of this beliefs and all of this crap. And this is what is happening right now. You think that you are, well, you're going through, quote, quote, an ego death. And I talked about the ego in another video. The ego is not your false self. It's not Rebecca saying, hey, there's a false me. No, my false me is this dude. That's the ego. He's the one. Yes, he was my twin flame. Yes, he was divine at one point. But he defied God, fell, was kicked out, and then fell all the way to the depths of hell. And then started doing horrific things. And then attached onto me. This happened to you too. This is your soulmate, guys. So just listen to what I'm saying. Attached onto me and then tried to be me and take from me so it could create. This is what's happening. So your ego that you're letting go of, because when God did this to me years ago, he ripped this energy out of me. Like, it hurt so freaking bad. It was ridiculous. And I remember my ex-husband coming in pissed. Why did God just rip me out of you? You belong to me. I'm pissed at God. And I was like, what is wrong with this dude? And it hadn't hit me till now, because this time around, which is why I'm stuffy, I'm having to undo this bond myself. And look at this bond. It's multi-layered. It's not just one bond. This entity is embedded into your energy at so many levels. And so you're going through the process of ascending, getting back into your energy, because you're getting rid of this dude or this person or this energy. This is the ego. This is the ego energy. It's the negative energy. It's not the negative you. It's completely, totally different entity. That's why it hurts so bad to come out. It's why it's so sludgy and gross. It's not me. It thinks it's me. It wants to be me. That's why it won't let me go, because it has to have me. I don't need it. I want nothing to do with it. I'm trying everything in my power to get rid of it on every dimension, on the spiritual, in my mind, my emotions, and then in the physical. I'm trying to get away from this dude, this energy that is in other energies that I keep running into. But the main characters in my life, I am trying so hard to get rid of and get away from, like you are too, because they keep finding ways to weasel back in. They hack my phone, they hack my computer, show up at my door, drive by my house, throw me in court. Like, they're going out, no stops. And this is happening on a global scale too. They're doing everything in their power to maintain control, because they know once you unrip this bond and you release yourself from them, it's over. It's over, because now you are fully aligned with Source, with God. You are back in the state of who you were meant to be as a divine energy. And this energy is forced yet again. You either evolve and take responsibility and accountability for what you've done, or you die. I don't care either way. At this point, you did what you did. I love you. I am never, ever going to allow you in my life, in my existence ever again. I love me more. And I'm going to align myself with other individuals and other energies that are on that wavelength. You've already shown me your hand. You've already shown me your cards. You have shown me over eons what kind of individual and what kind of energy you are. And I accept that. I accept that you're a pathological liar, that you're a narcissist, that you're a sociopath, that you have all the intentions in the world of hurting me. And that's another thing. There's two different types of hurt. Sorry, I'm going to go on a sidebar. There's two different types of hurt. There's people that actually hurt, like go after other people and hurt them and have no remorse. That's this one. And then there are others that feel hurt. Like, you hurt me. Oh my God. Why did you hurt me? Empathy? No empathy. Why do you think they went after empaths so hard? Especially these fake spiritualists who demonize empaths. Ooh, That's not a good energy. Anyway, that's where all this started. How does this end? This is why the sludge, you have to unwind. Here's the process. Unwind, unravel, undo these bonds. Unwind, unravel, undo these bonds. You have to focus. Connect up to God, ask God for help, and say, remove this energy from my energy field. Undo all of the bonds, undo all the attachments, undo all of the connections. I just say undo, unravel, and uncreate, and I remove it. And I am just removing this energy from my energy field until it is completely gone. Once it is completely gone, and you're going to go through this sludge process, because this energy is so negative and it's infiltrated everything within you. This is why it takes so long. But you have to keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, keep repeating, keep moving, keep pushing this energy away from you, keep getting it out of your life, keep putting your boundaries up and say, no, get away, and keep disconnecting the energy. It's going to take a while. It's going to hurt. It's going to take a lot of focus, because this energy is going to keep trying to come back. At night, this is what it does. At night, around 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, like last night, it came in and just flooded me with a bunch of negative energy. And I was literally shaking. I was like, this is not my energy. You get the hell away from me, back off. And then I started to focus on it and get it out. Because here's what happens next. Once you remove this ego from your life, from your existence, it's completely uprooted and out. It's gone. The bond is gone. There is no more soulmate bond. There is no more twin flame bond. It should have never been like that. You should not be bonding and connecting to an energy or someone that does not have your best interest. You shouldn't be, in my opinion, connecting to anybody. You should, and I'll explain right now, you should be standing firm, fully 100% in your energy, in your God divine energy, not connecting to outside things outside of you. No, the energy starts within you. It's rooted within you. It's in the I am center, and then it sprays out and it fills your aura with your energy. Then the shield is created. You don't have to shield yourself to protect yourself from being attacked at that point. That shield is automatically created because you are the creator. You are the energy. You are God energy at that point. You are 100% aligned back with Source. At that point, this energy, it's gone. It submits. It can attack you. Anything that shall rise up against you, it will fall to its knees and beg for mercy and beg for forgiveness. Imagine these individuals when they realize that you have anchored and you are fully aligned with your God self. They can't attack you. They will feel the wrath of God, because at that point, when they try to send their negativity, it literally bounces back and boomerangs to them. Boomerang, 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 which forces them to think about what they've done, to feel what they've done. This is instant karma. This is where instant karma is coming in. This is the solution to this whole mess right here. And once they get all of that information, that they fully understand the ramifications of their decisions and choices, they either evolve or die. Don't care at this point. Not a me problem. That's a you problem. I'm not interested in anything you have to say. I'm not interested in anything you are. I don't care about your feelings. I mean, I do, but I only care if they're genuine, because I am not going to play this trickster game again where you only care about me so that you can take from me. Once you get rid of this energy completely out, you will ascend. But it's not just ascending, it's reaching a state of, I mean, I'll call it enlightenment, fine. But that enlightenment does not mean you go out of your body and you stay out of your body. No, that energy, woof, it is you. You embody it. And ouch. You are an enlightened God being. At that point, when you get to that stage, holy shit. Holy shit. When I was at that state, I could see everything, particles in everything. I could feel everything. I could hear all the thoughts. I could see all of the energy. I could make a flower bloom. I could heal someone instantly. And many, many, many different other miracles. That's where you're going. That's the state that you need to be in. But you got to get rid of this one first. That's what you're doing right now. And it's going to take a lot of focus and a lot of will, because this is not going to give up. It's going to get more angry, more unstable, because as you're pulling and severing the bond, you must sever the bond. You have to sever completely. And that could be family members, that could be friends, lovers, whatever. But if you don't sever the bond from this completely in the energy, you will stay stuck in the old cycle. You'll stay stuck to their will, their polarity. This was never supposed to be a polarity game. It was never supposed to be a war, me against you, I hate you, I love you. It was never supposed to be like that. That's why God finally stepped in and said, once it understood this perspective, was like, no, this is not what I wanted. And this doesn't create growth. This doesn't go out and view explore the void. It's stagnation. So get ready. You're about to freaking hit enlightenment. And I'll tell you this, once you hit that state, it is tough to maintain, because then you're a singular being, a black sheep, but I think you're actually a white sheep in a pool of black sheep who are going to look at you like this anomaly, this flame, this light, and they're going to be like, I want what you have. I'm coming after you. I'm going to take it. I'm going to throw all my shit at you. Project. You got to stay strong. It's going to be tough, but we will align. Us white sheep. We need to align together, work together, and encourage each other and keep going, because we are winning. We will win. We will be victorious. And we are, at this point, finally. we are going to outnumber them. Because the one thing that was learned during this process, as Jesus, yes, but Jesus was just like myself, the embodiment, the form of something much greater. The greater self realized I can no longer, and Amanda said, I can no longer be the gatekeeper to God, the Father, God, the God energy. I need to remove myself from that and let others rise up so that they can be connected to God. And once that sacrifice, you want to talk about the ultimate sacrifice? It sacrificed its own power to open that floodgate to allow others to have that power. Because that opening of the floodgate now went from 1 to thousands to tens of thousands, even millions. In the universe, a lot. But that one pivotal moment that happened about 3 years ago changed the course of the universe. And more people started waking up, boom, 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 like wildfire, which is exactly what it was meant to do. So that is the end of our process. That is the process. It's about to get amazing. It's about to get a little scary. But have faith, root in faith, hit that enlightenment. Check in with me. Let me know if you need help with pulling apart any of these attachments or connections or bonds, and I'll be happy to do so. But you actually have to do it yourself, because this is your soulmate. You guys were bonded together. And if it's not a healthy bond, it's got to go. It's going to be lonely, but you have a family. I love you deeply, and I'm so fucking proud of you. I know your journey has been hard. I know it's been difficult. I know you feel isolated and alone. And I know you're just looking for hope, but you are that hope. You're it. You've got this, and I've got you. I love you so, so much. We are going to go kick some butt in a good way.